One of my Woodgrain dreams has come true. Well, it finally came true, man. I have it. First, I have to say thank you to David. He gave me all the clues on how to get this. I did a price match with Best Buy through Micro Center. I know there's a bunch of micro centers out there, but there's only one in California, and it's like 7 hours away from me. So, I emailed them with the price match. I had to give them the link to the website. They asked a couple of questions. They were kind of iffy because I'm so far away from that Micro Center, but eventually they gave in, sent me an invoice. I paid it, and a few days later, here it is, man. And I am happy. I'm so very happy, guys. There's a lot of nostalgia on my part, with the Atari, of course. And let me say, everything that you see behind me, any video game that I own, is an inspiration from that. That was my first console. And you go back and you remember, and I know this console is not for everybody. Okay, I know it's mostly for people who love retro games, and a lot of it has to do with Gen X gamers, right? And that's the reason we feel a lot of nostalgia for these things. They take us back in time. For me, the Atari was a system that came into my life because of my aunt. She passed away from COVID last year, and I will always be thankful for her. I mean, it really not only changed my life, but it changed my family's life because of the Atari. I got interested in technology, and technology changed my life. It really changed the course of my life, and in turn my kids' lives, right? And it just became better. Not only that, for me personally, I was only a kid when I got this, and I was 12 years old, and my aunt gave it to me because my father had passed away, and I was really depressed. I was going through a lot of things and a lot of changes in my life, and none of them were for the good. Everything was going south on me. So that's why I have such a fondness for the Atari name, for those memories, because from that point on, I started viewing things differently. A little bit of happiness came into my life because of the system, and many people have similar stories when it comes to Nintendo or Atari or even in television. That's why the attachment to these products, to those names, to those brands, and anything that you see back here comes from that. That's the reason why I collect and build a space like this, just so I can come and meditate, because that's how I healed back then. So it's always been my fortress of solitude to play video games or to be around that video game space. You'd be surprised. I'm telling you right now, I am exhausted from work. I'm not tired. I'm exhausted. I've had a long week, and I have a lot more to do. I wish I could do more videos and talk to you guys more, but I simply just don't have the time. When it comes to that, I'm just not the best YouTuber, and making these videos is a way to conversate with other people about my favorite hobby, which is video games. But it is just a hobby, so I don't have that much time for it. It's very limited. But I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm able to talk to you guys. I'm glad I'm able to share these experiences, and through these experiences, kind of reflect. And remembering back on Atari, back in the 1980s, where it was the dominant company, right? It was the company, the video game company of my childhood, right? The premier. And to see where it is now, let me be honest, when I saw this come up, I wasn't sold. I was skeptical, and I tend to be all the time whenever people announce projects like this, especially when they're crowdfunded. I wanted them to prove me wrong, and I'm glad they did. And this business model that they've evolved to, has potential to stick around. Hardware eventually is going to die out. Let's just face it. This console's not for everybody. It's for the old man cringe community. It has enough for us here, for us to tinker,
for us to love our Woodgrain, right? That retro look. But they also have the strength of their software. The games they put out, their games, the recharge games that they put out, are quite good. Specifically for the type of gaming that a lot of us do, which is we just want to get in and out. We don't want to spend 150 hours on a particular game. A lot of these games you can play where you're just, portably on your Switch or on any other device, and it's just really quick, like we used to play when we were young. And those are selling, so that's a separate revenue stream for them, in addition to the merchandising, the crypto, everything else. I mean, not everything's going to work out, but you see a company that's working on several different fronts, not relying on one particular source of revenue, even though eventually the software is what's going to rule the day. But they are making progress, right? They are, making a profit. Little by little, they got there. And believe it or not, it was hard to find a console at this price. I was about to pay full price because there just isn't anything out there that people are reselling. The market puts in the price, and if it wasn't for Dave, I'm telling you, I wouldn't have gotten this deal. The cheapest I've seen this model on eBay is like $349. They have them on sale at Micro Center, but that's pretty much the only place where you can get them at a deal. Best Buy doesn't have them like that. GameStop doesn't have them like that. Maybe they'll have a sale later, but not right now. Right now, the price is holding. And I'm really glad that I got it, man. I really am a very, very happy man.
This console was with me since 1980. That's a really, really long time. And it will always be with me. Atari is something that just will always bring joy to my heart. And a lot of times when we get into these discussions about, business and, investing and all this stuff, sometimes that's lost. The reason we buy these games is to have fun. The reason we play these games is to have a great time. And sometimes that gets lost in the mix. But, once in a while, we get to smile again. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching my channel. I have more videos coming this weekend, but it's going to be tough. I'm doing my taxes. Yes, and I wait till the last minute because I got to pay. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.